On News Express, Central Bank urged to withdraw ATM charge. And the business fuel tanker honors to lose 300 billion naira over the proposed truck ban. And the offensive team die in India capital rail station stampede. And the sport for you, Jacob Kilobi sets new men's half marathon world record. Hello and welcome to the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am American Michael. A quick reminder that we are on DSC channel 365 in StarTimes, channel 276 Freeway and Nicomsat. Begin by informing that Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERP has urged the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, to use his leadership position to immediately withdraw what it called the patently unlawful and unreasonable increase in automated teller machine transaction fees. The organization urged him to ensure that the exercise of CBN's statutory powers and functions does not inflict misery on poor Nigerians and contribute to human rights abuses. Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged the Northeast Development Commission and the Federal Ministry of Regional Development to maintain the tempo in driving the accelerated senior secondary education program to wriggle the Northeast from poverty. Shettima spoke during a meeting with the management team of the commission, who came to brief him on the level of work on the accelerated senior secondary education program at the presidential villa in Abuja. Noting that by investing in education, that is writing its name in gold. The Vice President said it, the base of poverty in Nigeria is found in the north. And meanwhile, the House of Representatives has advised the public to be guided by the verified information regarding the $150 million bribery allegations against the two of its members by cryptocurrency giant Binance before taking a position on the matter. Binance head of financial compliance, Tigran Gabriel, had named three federal lawmakers, Jinga Omosibi, Philip Abeze, and Peter Banke, as officials who demanded the $150 million bribe from him to prevent his arrest and prosecution for alleged financial crimes. Both Abeze and Omosibi had dismissed the allegation in separate statements, vowing to use the instrument of the law to clear their names. The State Publicity Secretary of All Progressive Congress, Imo State Chapter, Kajan Tuke, chieftain of the party, and a former lawmaker representing Morapala State Constituency in Imo State, and the State Legal Advisor Uche Nwozu have resigned from the ruling party. Amachibe has the details.
I am grateful for the opportunity to have served the APC Imo State in this capacity, and I appreciate the support, the trust that the party leadership and members have given to me during the tenure. I am proud of my accomplishment in office and what we did together. No regrets. As I have moved on to a new chapter, I am excited to announce to you that I have accepted the offer to become the official spokesperson of the Mazi organization.
I have decided to leave the APC. Let me first express my profound gratitude and commendation to our national leader, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his leadership ingenuity. To our dear Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, for his esteemed support and rare opportunities given to me in different capacities. Of this, I have decided to partner with the Mazi organization, TMOO, an NGO that is deeply committed to humanitarian services and improving the welfare of the people.
And our Igbo Apex Socio-Cultural Group, Ohanes Ndigbo, has expressed their profound sorrow at the shocking news of the demise of Pierre Ayodele Samuel Adembanjo, noting that he stood for the Igbo at the darkest time of its history. The Deputy National President General of Ohanes faction, Mazi Okochukwu, noted that Igbo sympathized with the Southwest and the Oduduwa nation for the great loss, noting that Ohanes Ndigbo has declared a period of mourning spanning 2 traditional Igbo market days. He insisted that the late elder statesman's passing has reverberated through the hearts and minds of those from the region, invoking a deep and collective mourning for a man whom they believe stood steadfast as a paragon of friendship and solidarity towards the Igbo. Now, Nigeria's First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has called for a sustainable health financing mechanism that ensure efficient resource mobilization and utilization to strengthen Africa's healthcare systems. This was contained in a press statement signed by her senior special assistant on media, Busolo Koji, speaking in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, on the sidelines of the 38th African Union Summit. The First Lady stressed that Africa's economic growth and social stability hinge on a robust healthcare system that guarantees access to essential medical services for millions across the continent. Kwara State government has commenced the upgrade of 70 primary health care facilities across the state 3 senatorial districts, elevating them to the level 2 PHC at a cost of 5 billion naira. Executive Secretary of the Kwara State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Professor Nusra Adelelu, disclosed this during a contract signing ceremony at the agency's headquarters in Ilorin. Now, the Nigeria Police Force says it has neutralized 7 terrorists and recovered 23 firearms along with assorted ammunition in recent operations across the country. In a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer ASP Adejobi says the operations were part of efforts to dismantle criminal networks and enhance the internal security. The police operatives in Kebbi State trailed the suspect to the Tudarfari forest in the Dankigari axis, where they engaged the kidnappers in a gun duel, killing 4 of them and arresting 1 with fatal injuries. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have dismantled the transborder drug trafficking syndicate, arresting 4 key members in intelligence-led operations. The agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, said the crackdown resulted in the seizure of tramadol pills worth millions of naira hidden in a vehicle compartment and methamphetamines, these guys, as auto spare parts and other illicit substances across the multiple states, including Anambra, Cross River, Nasarawa, Taraba, Ekiti, and Lagos states. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has called for the enactment of laws prohibiting possession of large sums of money at polling units. The suggestion was put forward during a consultative meeting attended by the Commission's officials, security operatives, and members of the Senate and House of Representatives. During the meeting, INEC's Director of Litigation and Prosecution, Tinui Mohammed, said that politicians often carry large amounts of money on election day, claiming it is a party agent and logistical expenses. Students from no fewer than 23 public universities and polytechnics have lamented the delayed disbursement of their approved institutional loans from the Nigerian Education Loan Fund as deadlines for tuition payments and examinations draw near. President Bola Tinubu signed the Student Loan Act into law on April 3, 2024 to provide the sustainable higher education funding for Nigerian students. However, in response to the fund's verified polls on ex-students from several institutions, including the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Obafemi Awolowo University, Federal University in Lokoja, and Ladikada Akintola University and others in the northern Nigeria, expressed frustration over the alleged non-disbursement of their approved loans. The Tertiary Education Trust Medical Simulation Committee has presented a report at the Tertiary Education Trust Fund headquarters in Abuja. Chairman of the committee, Professor Wale Suleiman, while presenting the report, said medical simulation centers are virtually non-existent in Nigeria. Sambolino Abo was at the event for Global TV.
The chairman of the committee, Professor Wale Suleiman, and his team came up with some findings in their report, one of which noted that there is an urgent need for all healthcare regulatory bodies in Nigeria to incorporate medical simulation in the education's curriculum of their trainees. He stated that there is need to accelerate the transition to integrated training curriculum in all healthcare institutions. The committee, in its findings, said the newly established Federal University of Health Sciences are uniquely positioned to incorporate innovative education and training modules in their curriculum, such as medical simulation.
There's an urgent need for healthcare regulatory bodies to incorporate and accept medical simulation training as a critical component of continuing medical education and proficiency training. There's a need to accelerate the transition to integrated training curriculum in healthcare in all healthcare institutions. The newly established Federal University of Health Sciences are uniquely positioned to incorporate innovative education and training modules in their curriculum, such as medical simulation. The newly established Federal University of Health Sciences represents the best opportunity for incorporation of medical simulation in the education and training of new generation, emphasis on new generation of Nigerian healthcare workers that can compete on the world stage. An example is that worldwide now, nobody uses, most developed world don't use cadavers anymore. They've transitioned to computer-based training, teaching in anatomy and physiology. So that's the one big example that,
In addition to the findings, the committee came up with the recommendation that will facilitate the implementation of their report, such as the establishment of simulation centers across Nigeria, medical simulation prototype, programs and equipment in the medical simulation centers, and funding mechanisms. Suleiman, in his final remarks and future direction, emphasized that one of the ways Nigeria healthcare can leapfrog the 21st century health system is through major investment in education and training of more healthcare workers that can compete on the world stage.
I believe strongly that one of the ways Nigeria healthcare may leapfrog into the 21st century is through major investment in education and training of future healthcare workers. People that can actually compete on the world stage. We're doing very well worldwide, but I think the way to get us there is through this investment in innovation. It's very critical. We can't continue to do the same way of training and expect that we would be able to compete. The second one is digital healthcare, which is telemedicine and remote patient care. Remote patient care is another element of healthcare innovation that would significantly improve access. If you're a great doctor and people can't see you, what's the point? So it's, how do you now, for instance, even in my clinic in Lagos, 20% of...
The chairman, Board of Trustee, Right Honorable Bello Masari, commended the committee for a job well done.
They have done and what they have presented. And I think, like he rightly said, this is the future, and we must embrace future as education intervention organization. They say the future belongs to those who, I can say, are prepared. And how do we get prepared? Through education.
At the turn of the 21st century, it has become increasingly critical to train young Nigerians to become familiar with technological innovations. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global Television.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express here on Global TV, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, when News Express returns. Jacob Kilumo set new men's half marathon world record. We have those details from the world of business as well as more stories from foreign and sports segment for you. Please stay with us. Welcome back. How many thanks for staying with us on On to Business News. Foreign exchange market turnover in Nigeria declined by 32.28% in December 2024, falling to the $9.74 billion from the $14.39 billion recorded in November. This drop highlighted the FMDQ Exchange December Financial Market Monthly Report, reflects the impact of the ongoing foreign exchange market reforms and the broader liquidity challenges. The month-on-month decline of the $4.64 billion in FX turnover came at a time the Central Bank of Nigeria intensified efforts to stabilize the naira through the various policy measures. The Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Bashir Adeniyi, has announced that the newly launched Authorized Economic Operator Program will significantly enhance trade facilitation both within Nigeria and across the globe. Adeniyi made this declaration during the official inauguration of the program in Lagos, stating that the initiative reflects the evolving nature of customs and a business relationship driven by the dynamic demands of international trade and the increasing need for secure and efficient supply chains. The National Association of Road Transport Owners has expressed fear over the federal government's plan to ban 60,000-litre capacity tankers following the rising cases of accidents involving the fuel tankers. Association's president Yusuf Othman, in an interview with newsmen, says such move will cause a loss of 300 worth of investments by the tanker owners. And the federal government told the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority is considering the placing a ban on 60,000-litre capacity petroleum tankers. Now get to the foreign scene as the escalating conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo will dominate an African Union summit opening Saturday with the DRC president absent after Rwanda-backed forces seized the second major city on its territory. The 55-nation body meeting in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa as Africa faces the devastating conflict in the DRC and Sudan, as well as U.S. President Donald Trump's cuts to U.S. development aid, which have hit the continent hard. The continent's leaders represent around 1.5 billion people in boldly long criticized for the sluggishness, inefficiency, and toothless statements. At least 13 people are estimated to have died during a stampede at the railway station in India's capital late Saturday when a surging crowd scrambled to catch trains to the world's largest religious gathering. The Kumbh Mela attracts tens of millions of Hindu faithful every 12 years to the northern city of the Prayagiri and has a history of crowd-related disasters, including one last month when at least 30 people died in another stampede at the holy confluence of the Ganges and the mythical rivers. Now the rush at the train station in the New Delhi appeared to break out Saturday as crowd struggles to board trains for the ongoing event, which will end on February 26. And more on the foreign scene, Hamas has freed 3 Israeli hostages in exchange for the release of Palestinian prisoners in the latest swap under the ceasefire agreed by Israel and the armed group last month. The 3 hostages handed over on Saturday are American-Israeli Segur Dekochen, 36, Argentinian-Israeli Harriet Horn, 46, and Russian-Israeli Alexandra, 29. In return, 369 Palestinians held in Israeli jails were released. Ukraine's President Zelensky has called for the creation of an army of Europe to guard against Russia, as it suggested the U.S. may no longer come to the continent. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference, they also said the Ukrainians will not accept deals made beyond the country without its involvement. And our U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Putin agreed to start peace talks. And now moving to sport, Uganda's Jacob Kiplimo has shattered the men's half marathon world record, clocking an unprecedented 56 minutes and 49 seconds. This remarkable feat saw 24-year-old obliterate the previous record by the staggering 49 seconds, marking the most significant single improvement in event history. Kiplimo's previous world record, 57.31, set in Lisbon in 2021, was surpassed by Ethiopia's, who recorded 57.30 in the Valencias in October 2024. About sports, retired Nigerian table tennis star Edem Effiong has joined the Texas-based the Lonely Stars Table Tennis Academy in the United States as a coach. A 5-time Olympian who announced her retirement after the Paris 2024 Olympic Games has been described as a valuable addition to the academy located in Houston, Texas. In a statement, the academy expresses excitement and warmly welcomed the Nigerian star, noting that the 2-decade experience will be invaluable to the academy. And now to package here on News Express. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276 free to air and NICOMSAT. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms at Global TV NG. You can follow us and watch us on all our handles at Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I'm Medika Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.